Imagine waking up each day with a profound sense of purpose, feeling centered and resilient no matter what life throws your way. Picture yourself moving through the world with calm confidence, untouched by criticism, negativity, or the fluctuations of daily life. This vision isn't just an aspiration, but a way of living guided by Buddhist wisdom. The ancient teachings of Buddhism offer timeless principles designed to strengthen our inner peace and help us develop an unshakable mind, rooted deeply in purpose, compassion, and resilience. From understanding our Dharma, or life's purpose, to harnessing gratitude as a powerful force for joy, each principle acts as a stepping stone on a path to spiritual stability and clarity. So, let's explore these practices in detail, each one illuminating a way to cultivate strength and serenity within. This journey will offer the tools to thrive peacefully amid the noise and distractions of the modern world. Firm purposes. In Buddhist philosophy, one of the foundational paths to achieving serenity and wisdom is discovering one's purpose, known as Dharma in Sanskrit. Dharma is more than just a career goal or personal achievement. It's a larger spiritual mission, aligned with human nature and guiding us toward enlightenment. Like the North Star, purpose shapes our actions, helping us create a meaningful life and lessening our worries about things beyond our control. Dharma is not merely a responsibility, but also the practice of living in alignment with one's principles. For Buddhists, it involves self-understanding, recognizing actions that align with their values, and knowing what to avoid to prevent causing harm or suffering to others. Discovering Dharma is a long journey that requires patience and sincerity with oneself. For instance, someone working in healthcare might view their purpose as helping others and alleviating both physical and mental pain. During a stressful workday, they remind themselves that each action contributes to their broader mission. This helps them overcome exhaustion and stress as they focus on their larger goal, reducing suffering. A well-known story illustrating this is the journey of the Buddha from Prince Siddhartha Gautama to becoming the Buddha. After witnessing aging, illness, and death, he decided to renounce his luxurious life to seek enlightenment and help humanity escape suffering. This exemplifies the importance of living for a higher purpose. Upon finding the middle way and achieving enlightenment, he initiated a spiritual revolution, impacting millions and shedding light on life's true meaning. Begin each day with a goal-setting ritual. In the morning, spend a few minutes thinking about what is most important to you that day. Write down a short sentence such as, "Today I will practice patience," or "I will help someone in need." This intention will help you remain committed to your larger purpose, reducing unnecessary worry and stress. Become untouchable. The ability to remain unaffected by external factors is a crucial aspect of Buddhism. Like a lotus flower blooming in muddy water without being soiled by the mud, we too can reach a state of inner stillness, unaffected by judgments or negative emotions from others. Buddhism emphasizes detachment, not clinging to results or letting external events control us. This doesn't mean being insensitive, but having the capacity to observe and accept everything with equanimity. Once the mind reaches this level of freedom, it is no longer entangled by praise or criticism. In the context of a modern workplace, this concept is apparent when an employee faces harsh criticism. It would be easy for them to feel sadness or anger. However, if they practice detachment of the mind, they do not react immediately but instead wait, observe their emotions, and respond calmly. This approach helps maintain harmony and contributes to a healthier work environment. In Buddhist scriptures, there's a story of a monk who was insulted by a stranger. Instead of retaliating, the monk simply smiled and said, "I do not accept your anger." This demonstrates that the tranquility of the soul has the power to keep us unaffected by others' negativity. Just as raindrops cannot wet the lotus petals, When you feel a negative emotion rising, pause and take a deep breath. Observe the emotion from a distance, as if it does not belong to you. Ask yourself, is this feeling truly necessary? Or does this align with my purpose and values? In doing so, you learn to control your emotions rather than letting emotions control you. Guarding the mind. Buddhism compares the mind to a garden that needs care and protection. A beautiful garden requires a gardener who persistently removes weeds, negative thoughts, and cultivates good seeds, positive thoughts. Without attention, the mind quickly becomes overwhelmed by anxiety, fear, and anger. One simple way to tend the garden of the mind is by practicing gratitude each evening. Before bed, write down 3 positive things that happened during the day. No matter how small, this practice allows us to recognize and retain positive emotions while reducing worry over imperfections. A Zen story tells of a gardener assigned only to tend his own garden without worrying about those around him. He diligently takes care of his own, pulling out the weeds of anger and planting the seeds of peace. In time, his garden flourishes with fragrant flowers and sweet fruits. This story reminds us that the thoughts we choose to cultivate shape our mind and life. Try meditating for 5 to 10 minutes daily, imagining your mind as a garden. Remove weeds, negative thoughts, and plant good seeds, positive thoughts like gratitude and love. With consistent practice, you'll experience a greater sense of peace and compassion, overcoming fear and shame. According to Buddhism, fear and shame stem from the ego, the part of us concerned with how others perceive us, and the desire to protect our image. When we recognize that these feelings are just temporary states, we can more easily let them go. When speaking in public, we often fear others' opinions and judgments, realizing that this fear is merely a mental reaction, not our true nature, can help us stay calm. Loving kindness meditation, metta, is a powerful technique for overcoming self-criticism and shame. By sending blessings to ourselves and others, we build self-worth and reduce our harshness toward ourselves. There's a story of a poor monk who, despite being mocked, maintained his composure because he understood that true worth lay in moral qualities and compassion, not material possessions. He abandoned shame and accepted himself, focusing on helping others, transforming everyone into a relentless teacher. Buddhism teaches that everyone we meet can serve as a potential teacher, helping us develop patience, empathy, or calmness. When we view others as teachers, every interaction, whether positive or negative, becomes an opportunity for growth. In the workplace, we may encounter people who challenge us. Instead of letting these difficulties affect our emotions, we can view them as lessons in patience and tolerance. This approach teaches us how to respond calmly and wisely. One day, the Buddha encountered a man who was angry and continuously criticized him. Buddha remained calm and viewed the incident as a lesson in compassion and patience. This story shows that we can find valuable lessons in every relationship. Each time you face a challenging situation with someone, ask yourself, what can I learn from this person? Reflecting on this positively allows each person to become a teacher, helping you grow. Living according to nature. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of living in harmony with nature. This goes beyond environmental harmony. It's about aligning with the natural rhythms of life. Living according to nature in Buddhism involves accepting impermanence and the continuous motion of everything around us. Impermanence, anicca, is one of Buddhism's 3 marks of existence. Alongside non-self and suffering, impermanence teaches us that everything changes and nothing is fixed, from the small occurrences of daily life to major events. Practicing impermanence helps us accept and adapt to change without clinging or resisting. In modern life, there's an invisible pressure to achieve more and never stop. This leads to stress and exhaustion. However, If we respect the natural movement of our body and mind, we can find time for balanced rest and recovery. Honoring the time for rest and rejuvenation is a way of living in harmony with nature and our own body. The Buddha once compared the patience and flexibility of an ancient tree to the strength of the human mind. He taught that, like a tree that bends to the wind's rhythm, people should remain flexible in life's changes. This flexible resilience enables us to grow stronger mentally. And in action, take time daily to observe nature, such as watching leaves, flowing water, or sunlight. Notice how everything moves and changes in a natural, harmonious cycle. Let these images remind you of impermanence and the preciousness of each moment. Immersing yourself in nature helps you relax and synchronize with life. Forging an unshakable ethical code. An important part of the path to wisdom and serenity is establishing a solid ethical system, rooted in the 5 precepts Pancasila of Buddhism. This ethical code is not an imposed law, but a selection based on understanding and compassion, with the ultimate goal of fostering kindness and responsibility toward oneself and others. The 5 precepts Pancasila. 1. Non-harming, developing compassion, avoiding harm to living beings. 2. Non-stealing, respecting others' property and rights. 3. Faithfulness, acting ethically in relationships. 4. Truthfulness, practicing honest, constructive speech. 5. Clear-mindedness, avoiding intoxication to keep a clear mind. Imagine an employee in a company faces a moral dilemma when a colleague asks them to lie to their supervisor. In this situation, the principle of truthfulness will guide them. Although lying might seem easier, honesty builds trust and upholds their ethics. There's a story about a wealthy merchant who refused to do business with those who weren't honest. He accepted financial loss rather than compromise his principles. Over time, his integrity earned him the respect of others, illustrating how a strong ethical code fosters inner and outer harmony. Every evening before bed, take time to reflect on your actions, words, and thoughts from the day. Ask yourself if they align with your ethical principles. This habit strengthens moral spirit and provides the motivation to maintain it in all situations. Weaponizing gratitude. In Buddhism, gratitude is not just an attitude toward blessings, but an awareness that all events in life bring valuable lessons. Developing resilient gratitude strengthens our soul, making us less dependent on external factors for happiness. Buddhism teaches that gratitude should be practiced not only when things go well, but also during adversity. Recognizing difficulties as learning opportunities helps us remain calm and optimistic instead of feeling negative. In daily life, someone may face setbacks at work. Instead of feeling disappointed, they might see it as a chance to learn, improve skills, and develop patience. This helps them not only overcome challenges but also build resilience. A story tells of a poor monk living in scarcity, but always feeling grateful for what he had. He was thankful for every simple meal, the modest shelter, and inner peace. This story shows that gratitude is a powerful source of strength, independent of material conditions. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for, even the smallest things like a warm cup of tea or a peaceful morning. This habit trains the mind to focus on the good and generates a positive energy source. Gratitude not only makes you happier, but also strengthens your resistance to negative emotions. Summative wisdom and takeaways. All 10 of these principles, from finding purpose, guarding the mind from negative emotions, cultivating positive thoughts, living in harmony with nature, to building ethics and gratitude, guide us toward achieving an unshakable mind. This is the pinnacle of Buddhist practice, the ability to remain steadfast amidst life's changes without being affected. Those who pursue the Buddhist path for an extended period will realize that changes in their consciousness do not happen overnight. Instead, it is a continuous journey, with each day being an opportunity to learn and grow. The resilience of mind and the ability to stay calm in any situation are the fruits of a long journey. Gratitude is not only how we perceive life, but also the foundation for building everything else. This gratitude helps us retain positive energy, maintain optimism, and foster love for life. Gratitude transforms all our experiences into lessons, creating a meaningful and happy life. Encouragement for consistent practice. Buddhism emphasizes that consistent practice is key to achieving inner peace. The consistency of small, daily actions such as meditation, gratitude, and ethical self-reflection leads to lasting change. To integrate these principles into daily life, we need time and patience. Each time we practice, even small steps contribute to developing consciousness. Long-term Buddhist practitioners understand that regular practice is essential to gradually achieving inner peace and stability. On this journey, we should not forget that self-love and compassion are also essential. Patience with oneself is an important part of nurturing a positive spirit, not only to face life but also to develop awareness and understanding. The journey to cultivating an unshakable mind is one of lifelong dedication, patience, and compassion for ourselves and others. By incorporating these Buddhist principles, from discovering purpose, practicing detachment, cultivating positive thoughts, to living in harmony with nature and practicing gratitude, we build a solid foundation for inner peace and resilience. Every day presents us with fresh opportunities for growth and learning, allowing us to see each experience, whether joyful or challenging, as a source of wisdom and insight. Gratitude becomes the anchor that transforms every moment into a valuable lesson, grounding us in strength and compassion. As you continue on this path, remember that small, consistent steps will lead you closer to a life filled with calm, kindness, and unwavering peace. If you found these insights helpful, please support our channel by liking this video, sharing it with others who may benefit, and subscribing to stay connected with more content on Buddhist wisdom. Your support helps us spread these teachings far and wide, inspiring more people to find serenity and purpose in their lives. Thank you for watching, and may your journey be filled with peace and clarity.